Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video on how I attach these cattle panels to these T-posts. This T-post clip I have right here is not your typical T-post clip. It's got two big loops instead of one big loop and one little loop. What they are is these fence fork T-post clips, and they work great for these cattle panels. The regular T-post clips, the little end is just too hard to get around the cattle panel, especially if you got this bar right here, like what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna attempt to put this on there while holding my phone. You can see how they both hang down there quite a ways over the panel. They do make a fence fork tool to go along with these clips. I bought it. It's about 15-16 bucks, and I think that it would work great with barbed wire. However, these squares on the cattle panels are not wide enough apart or far enough apart vertically for the fence fork tool to work. Instead, I just used 2 screwdrivers, and I'll just do one at a time. Normally I can do both at the same time. So you just bend that one down. I'll bring it around from the back side and just bend it over. And this one, I'll bend it down, bring it back around, and bend it over. And so these work great for these cattle panels, and it makes it so much easier than fighting with those regular clips. I'll show you how I attach the 2 panels together. You can either do it like this. I'll back up a little bit. If you can see, one end of the panel stops here, and on the other side of the T-post, one end stops here. I did this one this way just because it worked out better for the area that I was in and how the cattle panels are going to line up. What I like to use to put the panels together, to hold them together, are these hog rings. And there's 3 different types of hog rings. There's the actual hog rings, which are these, which are the biggest ones. And I put them all the way going down. There's shoat rings, which they're about medium sized, and they're a little bit too small for the cattle panels to go around both of them. It'll go around them, but not as well as the hog rings. And then there's pig rings, which are the smallest, and they're way too small to work for this. But I put a couple on the top pieces, and then I just put them one on each square, basically going down like that. And then you can see I clipped the first panel that was closest to the T-post, and the second panel just kind of overlapping it. Most of the connections that I made, the joints between the 2 panels, look like this. I just overlapped one square on each side, and you can see I put the hog rings on each square going down on this side and on this side, and on these I did these horizontal pieces going down all the way down. You do use a lot of hog rings, but if you want it good and strong, I recommend doing it that way, and it's not gonna go anywhere. I don't suspect my cattle to be pushing on it anyways, but It's just better to overdo it than underdo it. There's another one on my post. And I clip every single wire on there. I know some people would probably say that's a waste of clips, or that's way too many clips, especially down here at the bottom. But if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. So I tend to overdo stuff anyways, and I want the fence plenty strong if it does get pushed on a little bit. So that's all I got to show you today. I'm gonna do a walk around of the whole fence when I get it all done. And I got a lot of stockpiled native grass out in this lot. It's probably about 1.1 and a half or 1.7 acres. You can see those two corner posts over there join up against the main fence that goes out to my pasture. This area here is kind of in the front area of my property, down in the corner. And I used to just cut it for hay, but I just wanted to utilize it for grazing also. I've been buying all my hay, so I do have one little other hay patch that I hay, but this is going to be used for grazing now. And it's got a 2-year stockpile grass in it.